Alright guys, it is time for me to class change. I've been on the Tempest, I've been on the Wizard, and now it is time for me to go to a new class. And honestly, I don't even know what class I'm going to pick. Generally, going into these styles of videos, I know exactly which class I'm going to. But in this one, I'm going to just sort of talk through my class changing philosophy and theory, because honestly, I think it's changed. I used to go through all the different classes and really max out as all of their gear and try to unlock all the essences. And honestly, I think there are just A, too many classes now. B, I just don't have the time to grind anymore like I used to. I have a lot other responsibilities. I'm still very much focused on my main job, which is not content creation. I have 3 channels now that I make videos for, as well as trying to be a good father and a loving husband. So I really need to try to focus in on certain classes. So let's go ahead and talk about my theories and which class I'm going to, because honestly, I don't even know which one it's going to be. Hopefully it's a good one. All right, so the first thing is no, I'm not going to change to the monk. I think the monk is, until it gets new essences that just dramatically change it, I won't be going back to the monk for a long time. I loved the Tempest. The Tempest was so much fun. Now, when it comes to my philosophy, when it comes to class changing, I need to consider a few things. So, first, do I enjoy the class? Okay. 2 is, where on my YouTube channel, when was the last time I had updated builds for the class? Now, that's actually a pretty big one because, again, while some people don't play all classes, a lot of you, if I look at you as the audience, or those of you that watch my YouTube videos, you guys play all the classes. So you want to have builds for all the different classes. Now, are my builds the best? Probably not. In some cases, if I find a better build, I will react to someone else's video covering it and shout them out and promote their video because I really like their builds. But again, I also like to play around with my own classes. So I won't be going to the Tempest. I enjoyed the Wizard. I thought about going Barbarian, but here's the other thing that I don't think a lot of people take in mind of. I am not a meta chaser when it comes to PvP, and the Barbarian isn't a very good meta place for PvP, and which means there's a lot of people playing it. There's a lot of builds being shown for it, and that means that there's other people covering the content already. And while that might not matter to some people, that matters to me because my goal is to give you guys what you want. And if you guys already have what you want from a certain class, then I don't feel like I need to cover it. It'll just be me reiterating what people are already doing. So I won't be going to the Barbarian. The Demon Hunter is a very, very, very popular class. It's currently not incredibly meta. It is very, very good. And I enjoy the class. I actually enjoy the class a lot in PvP. It has a lot of potential. And so, like, I'm not saying no to it. I'll put it that way. I'm not saying no to the Demon Hunter. So I am saying no to the Barbarian, saying no to the Wizard because I am on it, no to the Tempest, no to the Monk because it's just trash. Crusader is one that, it's okay. Gosh, I don't even know what class I want to go to. This is the hard part. The Crusader is a good class, right? So I've heard mixed, it's sort of like a mixed bag right now. Some people love Crusader in PvP, and others are saying that it got nerfed, and that they're not enjoying it at all. Now, I basically only PvP when I'm live streaming. I do live stream 3 days a week, Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday, starting at 9:30 Eastern time over on Twitch. If you guys want to join me and watch me bash my head against the wall, good, bad, or awful, I show you the gameplay regardless of how bad I do. So if that's enticing to you, make sure you join my Twitch, because I do that 3 days a week. So I don't know from that standpoint. I'm not saying no to the Crusader. I just don't know if it's one that I want to do. The Necro, I had a ton of fun on. I really did have a ton of fun on the Necro. From a PvP aspect, I had fun. From a farming aspect, I had fun. The Necro is a very good class. Honestly, it probably bumped itself up in my top 4, which is admittedly very competitive. So my top 4 would probably be like Wizard, Tempest, probably Blood Knight, and then Necromancer. And honestly, Necromancer might even be above the Blood Knight. And then there's the Blood Knight. The Blood Knight, when I started this video, was the one I sort of had in the back of my mind that I wanted to go to. And I still might. I haven't seen as many Blood Knights because it's not the newest class anymore. The Tempest is. And it does have newer essences that came out that I haven't unlocked. So that would be tempting. And I haven't seen a lot of people playing it. So I actually do think I'll go ahead and go to the Blood Knight. Yeah, why not? Let's go. Let's play the Blood Knight. So again, this is sort of my logic. I look to see what other people are playing, what the content is, what the meta is, and I don't want to say I try to avoid the meta because I'm sure the Blood Knights are probably in a good spot, but I don't want to be playing a class that literally everyone in the world is playing. And right now, I think that's largely the Barbarian, the Tempest, and the Wizard. So I got my builds out of the way for my Wizard. I got my, my hurrah for being able to play the Wizard again. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I do want to see what the Blood Knight looks like. Oh, this skin is sick. Oh, look at the spear. In case you're curious, this is the Frostmourne weapon cosmetic, and it looks absolutely beautiful. And that's what the full cosmetic looks like. Oh, they both look good, actually. Absolutely. The Blood Knight is such a good-looking class. It's so hard to, like, between the Blood Knight and the Crusader, probably have, like, some of the best skins. But anyway, I'm a big fan of the Blood Knight. I'm looking forward to being back on it. Yeah, it should be fun. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I just want to make a quick video sort of talking about when it comes to class change, where my mindset is. And I'm honestly very much looking forward to being on the Blood Knight. Let's see what the new essences are, though. I'm very curious. Oh, it's actually, wow, the wrong spot. I don't remember what the new essences are. So Wave of Blood also causes enemies to bleed. Okay. Oh, it's right. It's all bleeding, right? Tentacles, Tendrils of Blood deal 6,000 additional damage when hitting a bleeding enemy. Okay. Tendrils of Blood now fires a piercing scarlet stake, dealing damage to enemies and causing them to bleed. Each nearby bleeding enemy triggers an additional scarlet stake, Tendrils of Blood damage increase. So Tendrils of Blood is not something that you generally used, so that's interesting. Sanguinate now causes you to dash forward in a torrent of blood, dealing damage to enemies along your path and causing them to bleed. Okay. Tendrils of Blood also increases your damage by 9.5% for 3 seconds, up to a maximum of 28.5. Dang. So this is all about Tendrils of Blood. Wave of Blood now creates a swirling pool that surrounds you, continually dealing damage to all nearby enemies. Wave of Blood damage increase. So that's going to be the first one I'm going to go for. Oh, I have actually not been on the Blood Knight for a while, apparently. Oh, shoot. Well, anyway. This seems like it'll be really good for both PvP and PvE, so I'm going to get that one first from a farm build standpoint. At least that's what I'm going to go for. Yeah, so the Blood Knight looks absolutely sick. I'm glad I'm back on it. Apparently it's been longer than I thought. So I have probably at least 3 new essences per thing that I need to go for. So let's just go ahead and do this really quick to see if I get lucky at all. I did get a weapon. It is one that I already had, I think. Let's see if we get any of these. Man, I already have that one and know for sure. All right, no new ones there. You know what? I was going to save it, but let's go ahead and rip it for the video. Rip it for the content. I have 1 mystery legendary item, and I did get a chest that looks like I didn't have. So let's go see what that is. And then we'll end the video there. Again, so I'll be farming up my Blood Knights. I'm happy to be on the Blood Knight. Again, top 4 class by far. I won't be going to all classes. I will try my best to go to as many classes as I can, like I said previously, but there's just too many classes and not enough time at this point, and I want to make sure that I'm staying prevalent in the classes that I care about. So is this chest piece? Nope, I already have that one too. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. No new essences on this front. Let me know what you think about me switching to the Blood Knight. Do you look forward to the builds? Is it a class that you've played recently? I obviously haven't been on it in a while. And what do you think of my general philosophy about class change? Let me know what you think in the comment section below, guys. Until next time, I hope to see you in a video very soon.